Alright, just started my recording so that I can put it on the YouTube for any of these players who maybe want to watch me act like if I know what I'm talking about later about their own games. So this is Bigglestine, the guy who doesn't know what he's talking about and often doesn't even introduce himself. And I'm casting a bottom bracket low elo legends match between Bigglestine and Vladyr. It's Japanese versus Chinese, so these are civilizations that have actually gone at it with each other before in the past. It's a slow start, so that's why we're kind of hopping in here about 5 minutes in. No real aggression happening. And I already mentioned that it was low elo legends, I'm pretty sure, but this is a part of the Rising Empire's Discord community. They're the ones who host these events. It's fantastic. Check them out if you like Age of Empires, and if you're into low elo, like myself. Lots of fun, and don't expect too much from this cast, besides a guy who likes to ramble. And let's go check back in with our resident expert, Mochatronics here. Talking about the spring old meta. Yeah, I assume there was a spring old meta based on the matches that I've kind of watched on YouTube. There's been a... Wow, that scout's really cutting it close. Yeah, a lot of the commentators and everything talking about, you know, they would talk about spring olds a ton, and there was a lot of emphasis on them. So I could tell that there was clearly some important things. Yeah, I've watched matches that are up to 2 years old, but not quite 2, because I feel like the meta, once you got back then, was not as entertaining. Even though the prize pools were a lot higher, which is probably one of those inevitable mistakes that a lot of people make. Well, not people, companies make, where they won't let esports kind of grassroots grow. And instead, they inject the money to force it. And sometimes the game's not in the best state for that. Yeah. Yeah, I am terrible with the spring hold. I've tried to use it to fight bombards before. That doesn't go very well. I mean, for the value, it goes great. But the way I use it, terrible. But if I play a faction with Culverins, is it Culverins or is it Culverins? I think it's Culverins. That's way easier to use. That's a unit I can get behind. Yeah. Yeah, that's a unit I can get behind because their range is so long that I can actually efficiently use them. But yeah, the spring old micro, I'm too much of a noob for that. So okay. Yeah, I heard, you know, Beastie and some other people commenting about how the Rus, they're still pretty well an amazing faction. They're never bad, is basically the overall judgment of that faction. Oh, and if anybody watches this recording later on and you're wondering who the hell I'm talking to, it's Mochatronics here. He's in the Rising Empires community. He's in the chat. I don't have an overlay because I'm a professional with years and years of streaming and casting experience, so there's no overlay. Fortunately, this game came with a casting overlay. Otherwise, you guys would be really not. Oh, you're the one who's in charge of it. Oh, okay. Well, I'm a newbie to that community, so that'd be why I don't recognize your name. But I appreciate your company, and I appreciate what you've helped put together and be a part of. Because I love low elo tournaments. Whenever I find out that those are a thing in a game, I love it. I've also liked the various websites that have kind of come out of the woodwork over the last 5 or so years that have supported amateur tournaments. Okay. Okay, so Mochatronics is saying that Chewbacca 5 started the first low elo legends tournaments. And he jumped in and helped admin for a little while. And then I believe what he's saying there is that he took over when he stopped. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not very thankful job where you're going to be getting tons of money and credit, but I think the people who partake in these kinds of things, at least their emotional support, I'd like to believe is strong, even if they don't verbalize or textualize it. These kinds of things are a lot of fun for people, because tournament environments are just fun, and nobody should ever mention anything about StarCraft tournaments because those are awful. No, I'm sorry, not StarCraft tournaments, but the in-game StarCraft tournaments. I have a lot of problems with that. I actually only ever played one and won it. So I got a trophy. But it's just, I mean, it's literally the same thing as queuing up. So it really doesn't. I don't know. I don't know why they never really. I mean, they probably should just remove them, really. I digress. Back to the game at hand. Things not really picking up. I haven't really obviously been doing a great job of showcasing much, but fortunately not a whole lot has been going on. As you can see, not a ton of units over there for the Vladyr. For the Japanese, played by Vladyr. Yes, I thought I muted that, but I don't know if it unmuted itself. Let me go check my volume mixer, because I intentionally muted that because I'm with you. I do dislike... Oh. Wow, those boys are tanky. My goodness. Oh, well, maybe not against that. Once the action kind of subsides. Yeah, it's actually not just, it's some notifications that are kind of popping up. But for some reason, I thought let me go into my volume real quick while those units run away. Oh. At some point, I'm going to get this to work. Oh, that's right. I was actually muting Steam, not Discord. Well, then there you go. There we go. Now I muted it. There we go. Okay, that should be the last sound that we should hear from Discord, I hope. All right. All right. Man, those guys are so tanky. Oh, goodness. What was that, 20 crossbow bolts that thing just took? A little above half health. Yeah, I guess their damage really isn't the greatest. Yeah, 5. Oh, it's burst attacks. Okay, so, yeah, I forgot that they have that going on. Oh, nice harassment coming in here, though. He's losing some villagers. He's got a lot. I mean, he has some to spare. Decently fast reaction. Decently fast reaction speed. Ooh, and losing a mounted samurai. That is a lot of money. That's a nice little chunk of change, but what are we looking at? About 5 villager kills at least. So, I don't think he's going to be too upset with that. Yeah, the Wait, is that pronounced? You know, I am not meaning to be culturally insensitive, but my Chinese pronunciations are pretty much based on League of Legends. So, is it Zhuge? Zhuzhnu? Ah, I probably shouldn't try. Anyway, yeah, them having burst attacks instead of one big, Oh, that is not how I would have guessed it. Huh. Oh, there's Dave. Dave, you want to come in here? Huh? I've got you. More mounted samurai coming in, and they are no joke. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the second layer of farms there, but I guess if you're just kind of trying to make something work temporarily, nothing wrong with that. Oh, and there goes the... Yep. I'm just going to call him a tax collector for now, but man... Yeah. Alright, finally some spearmen come over to respond. Oh, pretty quick on getting his villagers back onto the food production, though, so that's great. I always like to see that, especially when we're talking low elo legends, and not just low elo legends, but the bottom bracket, as it were, which is the lowest elos of those in it. It is nice to see, though, when the villagers get sent back as soon as the threat has moved away. So that's fantastic. Well, let's take a quick look at the top here. Huge gold economy right now for the Chinese. But the Japanese, honestly, I think both economies are doing just fine. Looks like neither of them are really focusing at all on stone. Vladyr does have the improved tech. Dave saying he feels like he could not contribute. Oh, trust me. He'd probably be contributing more than I am. But understandable. I don't want somebody coming in here who, you know, doesn't want to be here. Because we don't want you anyway. By we, it's kind of just me. Yeah. Alright. My goodness. Yep. I've not played the Japanese very much. And they are... That mounted samurai, man, that is a beast. Yeah, Mokotronic, exactly. We're relying on you, Dave. You're letting us down right now. Oh, almost as much as the guy who's spectating. I don't know who this guy is, but man, he is a terrible job. I gotta stop paying him. Ooh, that sucks to be Vladyr definitely doing a nice job, though, with his harassment. Ooh! Oh, it's a scout. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, man, this mounted samurai sure got weak quick. Yeah, it's the token scout that's in the group. Though I don't really think this is very worth it. Pretty quick repair reaction speed, though. Am I sure this is the bottom bracket? Did they get mislabeled or something? Because I feel like these bottom bracket matches have actually been decently competitive. One villager down. Yeah, he just does not have a great answer with mounted samurai. Yeah, Dave was born without lips. He forms words very weirdly. And obviously nobody here knows him. He has lips. Well, I haven't seen him in a long time. Maybe he doesn't have lips now. But, and for anybody who's only listening, he had said that it is difficult for him to communicate. So that was me making a joke, but nobody's actually seeing that. So we'll move on. Wow, this is a lot of fun. These guys have some nice economies going. Upgrade lead big time for Vladyr. They both have made it, though, to Castle Age. I don't think a single game today has made it to Castle Age that I've spectated. So you can definitely tell these guys are probably towards the upper limit of experience. That is true. Everybody loves a laugh track. Dave just suggested that I get a laugh track so I can add it in real time. But then again, there is something to be said about somebody who just goes with awkward silence. Yeah, I agree with Mokotronics. The laugh track would, controlled by chat, would probably be better. Overall. Oh, we've got an actual commitment here. Ooh, he does not have the Springald emplacement on here, so that's going to be a noticeable amount less damage, especially to the Rams. lot of armor, though. Samurai, mounted samurai, hovering from the other side. I don't think he has a way to hold this. He needs utility. Speaking from my many years of experience, I think here he, well, for one thing, I don't know Chinese very well, so... Okay, he's making regular crossbow. Okay, I thought that was again Zuganu, or however. What I was going to say. It seems like a terrible move against Sam. But now he's using action crossbow. I just don't think he really has much of anything to stop this. And those villager pull, that is late. Bigglestine was actually kind of on top of his villager pulls earlier, but I think he underestimated how far those villagers had to walk. I am not liking spearmen versus samurai, and that is what they are focusing on fighting right now. I think that's where you pull the boys, say in the StarCraft community, and you have them fight while the spearmen are there. At least throw a little bit of damage on them. If it is after armor 1. Okay, maybe you don't pull the boys then. This is looking like this might be the game right here. Just don't think I don't think he ever came up with an answer for the samurai. It seemed like Vladyr was kind of just able to do what he wanted. Perhaps Bigglestine needed to try to get on the other side of the map and harass gold, because that's what these units rely on. And without that gold, then his wood-based units would have been okay. But I mean, this is just kind of somebody with a gold economy going unchecked. Bigglestine's was relatively unchecked, but he did not produce very many gold units, and I think the Zuganu were probably a mistake too. Yeah. Dave added in valuable commentary as well. He said, if he's not mistaken, things are looking pretty tricky for green. Yeah, they definitely are. But we don't give up hope. You know, if Vladyr, I mean, with how tanky these units, you know, Vladyr would probably have to move command in circles around his base for a while, so they would be dropped. Yep. With the writing on the wall, he taps out. Bigglestine, it was a good try. I think it was just too... I mean, that was just a lot of gold. And no, he wasn't contested on any of it, so he just built his tanky units and eventually attacked. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's stop that recording there. Now that we can see the graph. Yeah, I mean, score-wise, they were staying up there, but